Solid Waste Corporation contemplates merging your garbage collection fees with your utility bills. A projected increase in cruise visitor arrivals for 2016-2017 following a dip in international stayover visitors for the first half of this year. And police fitness in the spotlight with plans to grow the force to exceed 500 officers. Hi, I'm Thurs22ndSept2k16News with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. Welcome back to the Channel 5 News. First up, discussions are being held within the Solid Waste Management Corporation to have garbage collection fees tied to residents' utility bills. Here's more on that.
Public Relations Officer General Jacob says most individuals are reluctant to pay their fees on time. He explained that while there are some who willfully do not pay their bills on time, others literally cannot make it to the office.
The only difference is that we cannot cut you off. For example, if you don't top up your cell phones, or if you don't top your lights, or if you don't pay for your water. So the corporation is in the process of getting the public's agenda, or setting the public's agenda, getting public some discussion, the importance of tagging our collection fees to at least 2 utility companies, right? Why 2? Because we have household waste, we also have business waste from businesses. And we have the opinion that if we can work with those companies, those utility companies, and our customers, publics, can come in and pay, or pay generally their fees as they do monthly to those companies, that percentage would come to solid waste.
Jacob says the corporation cannot continue to struggle as it is currently. He confirmed government's commitment to giving the corporation the benefit of an environmental levy. He says another impact of late or no payment of fees is the late arrivals of garbage trucks. Jacob says maintenance of the corporation's trucks and meeting the payroll is costly.
Most times we see the truck, a truck passing, driving through Rose-One communities with a mountain of garbage, and men sitting on the cab, men sitting hanging for their lives. You know, their lives on the hood of those trucks. These are not. Sometimes, most times, we have to employ private haulers to haul waste from communities to the landfill. We need compactor trucks, dedicated trucks, special trucks for special items, special types of waste, and we cannot continue because the men who are working in solid waste are our cousins, our brothers, or fathers in most cases, our husbands. I mean, their husbands, you know, they cannot come home with that stench, and clothes have to be mixing with in the washing machine with other. So we need to provide this service, this environment for them, this aesthetic environment.
Molded stories. International tourist arrivals to Dominica for the year so far have declined, according to statistics from the Caribbean Tourism Organization. CTO's data is showing that Dominica recorded an overall drop of 9.8% in tourist arrivals for the period January to May 2016. That reflects 30,075 international stayover visitors to the country for the first 5 months. This is the worst performance among the 5 Caribbean destinations reporting data for that period. Trinidad experienced a drop of 5.9%, while the U.S. Virgin Islands had a 0.9% decline. Out of the 5 destinations, growth was recorded only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Puerto Rico. Although March is considered the best performing month, as 21 out of 26 Caribbean destinations recorded increased visitors, it was not so for Dominica. Dominica experienced a 4% decrease in March. Montserrat with 60.7% was the highest recorded percentage increase. Trinidad and Tobago had the largest decline of 8.9%. Visitor arrivals for Dominica also dropped in April and May. No growth was recorded in arrivals to Dominica from any of the tourism source markets of the US, Europe, and Canada. Notably, between Trinidad and Tobago and Dominica reported the lowest percentage decrease in U.S. arrivals for January to May, a 1.5% drop. With European stopover arrivals, Dominica also had the lowest decline when compared to other destinations, a 1.9% drop. The Caribbean Tourism Organization has projected 30 million international visitors to the region for 2016. This will be a record increase in tourist arrivals. The Pacific, Asia, the Middle East, North and Sub-Saharan Africa, however, have emerged, offering competition to the product the Caribbean offers. And on a more positive note, Dominica is projecting an increase in cruise visitors for the 2016-2017 cruise season, which kicks off in October. Tourism authorities are optimistic that 310,000 visitors will arrive on island from October 2016 to April 2017. This is based on the number of cruise calls scheduled for Dominica for the cruise season. Tourism Minister Robert Tong said the expected growth is as a result of interventions by government to attract cruise lines.
What we've done is that there's something called the Brewer Report. The Brewer Report is every 2 years they do a report on all the countries, and it scores every single country based on different parameters. What we have done is to use that report and to engage the private sector and all the stakeholders, because the government by itself can't make all the changes. And we've been strategically working on every single issue that has created a problem and given us low scores. So last year we had 276,000 individuals come to Dominica on cruise ships. This year it's going up to 310,000. So we are seeing improvements.
Cruise lines determine whether to place a destination on their agenda based on passengers' feedback.
We saw that in our scores that the person said that the city was not as clean as it should have been. As a result of that, we have a special team that takes care of the city. They wake up at 5 in the morning, they clean, they stop at 9 o'clock, then they come out again at 2:30 in the afternoon until again 2 o'clock to ensure that the city looks different and much cleaner. It has begun to work. Another one is that when the cruise ship is in port, we're increasing the number of what we call priority sites. Priority sites means that the cruise ships are the only ones who will be able to go there at that time. Part of the reason is to increase their revenue, to increase the revenue of the taxi holders. We're ensuring that every single vehicle that's going to leave the port right now must have a tour guide on board, because when we have tour guides on board, we realize that the score that we get is a score of 8.7 out of 10.
The newest group of citizens who have officially sworn to uphold the law of the land has been cautioned to remain true to their oath. Andrea Louis explains.
The 32nd recruit graduation of the 48-year-old recruit program took place on Wednesday at the Windsor Park Stadium. Police Chief Daniel Carbon advised the newest members of the police force that taking pride in their work was necessary for a successful career.
Your health is of paramount importance if you are to have a successful career in policing. It is also very important that you be satisfied with the pay that you receive and be happy and enjoy the job that you do. Let me advise you that at no time should you exhibit unprofessional conduct, which you will regret and also which will likely bring upon you shame and dishonor, as well as on members of your family. Take pleasure in wearing your uniform when on duty at your district police stations and when you are on patrol in the communities. Patrol the communities and the city of Roseau in uniform so often and enjoy doing the uniform patrols.
Attorney General Levi Peter told the newest addition to the police force that they must work in collaboration with the public in order to make Dominica a safer place.
The third medium-term growth and social protection strategy of the Commonwealth of Dominica outlines the government's policy on crime prevention thus, and I quote, "Government is determined to take appropriate measures to preserve the reputation of Dominica as a safe place in which to reside, by striving for an ever lower crime rate and a heightened sense of safety amongst its residents and visitors alike." Close quote. In short, The government is assiduously working for a Dominica that is safe and secure for all citizens and visitors to our shores. Our security has to be the responsibility of all of us as Dominicans. Our intervention should not just be reactive, but rather it should be proactive, designed to preempt and prevent and protect.
39 recruits were officially inducted into the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. Constable Leron Bruno got the awards for Best Recruit and Best at Drills. Constable Ransom Frederick was first runner-up in the Best Recruit category and also got the award for Best at Physical Training for Men. Best at Police Duty Subjects went to Constable Bernard Barry. Constable Kieran Thomas took the award for Best at Weapons Training. Constable Jefferson Farrell got the award for Best Shot. Woman Police Constable Shanika Celestin took the award in the female category for Best at Physical Training. Best at Self-Defense went to Constable Lara Bruni. Best Turned Out Male went to Direl Etienne, while Best Turned Out Female went to Liz Roll. The Courage and Excellence Award went to Andrew Bowers, while the Baton of Honor went to PC Leron Bruno. And Constable Delkin James got the Commissioner's Shield for Most Disciplined Student. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
You're watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, the latest on the post office protest. Stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. The governments of Dominica and New Zealand have signed a $4 million EC partnership agreement for the construction of a 7-megawatt geothermal power plant. More from Julian Morris.
The agreement was signed between the Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Honourable Francine Barron of Dominica and Honourable Murray Macaulay of New Zealand. The new partnership will provide expanded technical assistance to provide a project management support and environmental and social impact assessment management plan. The agreement will also make provision for assistance from the Government of New Zealand to realize the construction of the 7-megawatt geothermal power plant to be commissioned in 2019.
In other news, street vendors for the World Creole Music Festival have been warned not to sell unauthorized products or risk their business being shut down. World Creole Music Festival consultant Val Coffey told a news conference on Wednesday organizers intend to clamp down on the manner in which street vending is done.
The vendors, we're asking you to pay special attention to the people that are sponsoring us, especially our beverage sponsors. We will have your contractual obligation allows you to only sell the products of the festival which are enshrined and supported and contracted by the Dominica Festivals Committee. So we expect you that you won't be selling any unauthorized products. Anybody who is working with the DFC, whether it's through the branding of or the sale of products, have to work within limitations that they have to get permission from the DFC. So we don't expect you to just on any evening just decide that you're choosing to sell a foreign product that is not in keeping with what we have. We will close down your bar, the police and the various members of our team. So we just want to encourage you that if you know that our beers are Heineken, our beers are Kubuli, Carib, we expect you to keep within that. We're working with Johnny Walker. We expect you to work with us on that.
In time, tickets for the festival are now on sale online. They can be purchased from www.ticketpal.com at $125 US for season tickets and $48 US for nightly tickets. Season tickets will also be sold at $275 EC at the Friday Jam session on the Roseau Bayfront. The Minister for National Security has announced plans to increase the number of police officers from 501 to 530 in the near future. The minister told a graduation on Wednesday 40 new recruits will be added later this year.
Currently, the establishment of the police force is 501. The actual strength of the police force is 480, including the newly joined recruits. And 53 special constables are also engaged on a full-time basis. That's in addition to the 480. I want to say further that before year end, the establishment of the police force will be increased from 501 to 530. And in that regard, training of an additional 40 new police recruits will commence this year.
The minister says annual physical exams will be introduced to ensure police officers continue to remain physically fit.
I've already had discussion with the Commissioner of Police and the Attorney General, and we are looking at the regulation and the laws to require of every police officer to go through an annual fitness test process every year. It freaks me out that to get an entry in the police force, you have to do a fitness test. But once you graduate and you join the police force, your stomach can get big, you can get fat, and that's cool. The fact of the matter is that you are in a paramilitary service, and you have to be fit and trim, ready to serve this beautiful country.
As part of continuing efforts to ensure their well-being, police officers will further assure that their living quarters would also receive some long overdue attention.
We will continue to improve accommodation to police officers. The first barracks at the Special Service Unit, the SSU, has just been recently rehabilitated. Work will commence on the main barracks at the SSU at the end of this month. In excess of $400,000 will be spent to rehabilitate the main barracks at Mount Bruce. The St. Joseph District has been without an inspector quarters for many years. Very soon, ladies and gentlemen, that will be something of the past.
And the Environmental Health Department is focusing on the General Post Office building following Wednesday's strike by post office employees. Government Chief Personnel Officer Gloria Joseph told Channel 5 News in a telephone conversation the matter is under control. Post office employees protested working conditions on Wednesday with claims that there was asbestos in the General Post Office building ceiling. When asked whether she could confirm that, Joseph said the Environmental Health Department is handling the matter. She could not as yet confirm if the asbestos claim is true. Joseph says a more comprehensive response will be provided when all measures to address the employee's situation have been taken. In the meantime, she says activities are ongoing, and even before the strike, according to her, an operation was taken to control mosquitoes there. Joseph did not wish to speak via a telephone or phone interview, stating that she did not want to respond to the matter on the media in a piecemeal fashion. She says communication with employees on the matter will continue. Following a meeting with employees on Wednesday afternoon, she spoke with DBS News, informing that urgent measures will be taken to address issues with the ceiling, ventilation, and air conditioning. While the strike involved the majority of post office staff, the public could still access services. In tonight's Chit Chat segment, I'm joined by Leroy Wadix-Charles, and he's of course here to talk about the World Creole Music Festival, some 6 weeks ahead of that event, Wadix, and as usual, our Friday festival jam session is up. Absolutely. What can we expect?
Absolutely, we are on target with our projections, and tomorrow, Friday, will be the third edition of the festival jam session, the ultimate warm-up towards the World Creole Music Festival. We have had 2 sessions so far, and I mean, that has been pandemonium. The entire multitudes have really enjoyed themselves. As a matter of fact, they have been asking for 1 extra hour. And tomorrow night, we have afforded the patrons an extra hour, so we will finish at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And we'll start from 4 in the afternoon and go until 10. And fans and friends can come right after work, have a beverage, relax, fun-filled family atmosphere to the sounds of Arden Sounds, powered by Arden Sounds, Mac and Cheese, also C-Square and Sakis Lapo Cabrit. Also, patrons will have an opportunity to get season tickets at $275. Get into the groove. I mean, this edition promises to be the big one, the 19th edition of the World Creole Music Festival. Iduna, should I see your face somewhere in the place?
You can see me around. Okay, thank you so much, Wadix. Sports is next with Kenny Williams.
We start off with basketball, where Fast Cash Prowlers and Police Sports Club copped the Premier and the Division I Championship titles in the 2016 Flo Ross University DABA League on Wednesday. Junior Isles was the star player for Prowlers with 21 points and 10 rebounds to help Prowlers reach 83. Ronald Bruno assisted with 19 and Craig St. Rose 15. In a valiant effort, Falcons contended with 68 points. J.V. Bellot scored 15, Edmund Williams and Q1 Thomas added 12 each, and Peter Ricketts 11. Meantime, Prowlers coach Job Joseph says performance in the playoffs is what matters.
During the regular season, I said that the regular season is one thing. But when it comes to the playoffs, that's where the Prowlers have really play ball. So we actually give them the first game for them to feel nice. You know, the first game is for boys, and I said I'm going to give them 3 straight, and I did give them 3 straight.
Joining Joseph in celebration is captain of the Prowlers side, Junior Isles, who says his team was determined to cop the win.
The injury I got there didn't slow me down. We came with we were determined. We maintained that we were going to give them a free game sweep, but they caught us off guard in the first game. But game 2, 3 and 4, we showed them that we are the better team. At the beginning of the season, we were doubtful. We were not sure that we were even going to play this season, you know, and we decided to give it a go. You know, we spoke to this sponsor and they gave us the head go, and you know what? It was worthwhile.
7 of us in the game, and we ball whole season. We do it right. We show them young boys what is respect and experience, and we do it big for our city. Trafalgar, never giving up. Prowlers.
Coach of the Falcon side says Prowlers played the better game.
Trafalgar played a better game than us, that's all. But we had our chances. All right, like I said earlier on, we were 1 steal away from winning that, and but it didn't work out that way for us. So next year for us, I don't want to use the loss of Ramal Carbon as an excuse. All right, and we're not going to use it, but. I mean, I don't have to say much more. If Ramal was there, that would be a completely different series. All right, but we always say that we're not a one-man team. Falcon is a complete basketball team. So next year, because trying to start a new season, because the playoffs is like a new season. Trying to start a new season without one of the key players you play all season long with, it will be difficult.
On to the Police Sports Club versus Kelvedare Hurricanes game, where Police won 62-39. Marlon Hillier had a game high of 17, assisted by Kerry Christmas 16. In a losing effort, Aldine Pierre contributed 12 and Jerry White 11 to the Hurricanes side. Marlon Hillier is the captain of the Police Sports Club.
I don't even know how to feel right now. I think that at the moment I'll never forget for sure, you know. And it's been a long time since we've been struggling to get out of the first division, you know, to go to Premier. So this series started, like you said, we never really ease up on the gas, you know. We played every game like it was the last game for the finals, you understand? That's the mentality that we had.
Meanwhile, coach of the Hurricane squad says his team's limitations cost them the game.
We came out with 7 players tonight, and we were short-handed. But I'm glad that the players, they gave it their all. We gave it our all. We did not lose our focus. And so we just have to regroup for next time.
On to football, where league leaders Caribbean Cool Harlem United dropped their first set of points for the season as they were held to a 1-1 draw by Wacky Rollers FC at Dublin Playing Field in the DFA Pro Premier League on Wednesday. After a goalless first half, Nigel Sanderson opened the scoring for Harlem. Michael Williams got the equalizer for Wacky Rollers late in the second half to be named man of the match. The league continues on Friday, where defending champs Central Cooperative Credit Union Dublin Football Club will come up against Northern Concrete and Steel Bombers at Benjamin's Park, while at Dublin it will be Bathurst State FC versus Sagicor Southeast. Both matches begin at 6 p.m. Next up, aspiring young basketballers here will get a chance to further develop their talent, complement the Digicel NBA Jumpstart program to be held on the weekend. This according to Digicel Dominica's marketing assistant, Tyrell Alexander.
Digicel has teamed up with the NBA to host the the Digicel NBA Jumpstart basketball clinics. Essentially, we're targeting youth aged 14 to 16 who love basketball, you know, play all the time, are interested in enhancing their skills in that sport. So we have NBA certified coaches coming to Dominica just to train our youngsters, you know, help them in terms of enhancing their skills, showing them new techniques, and also helping them to enhance their level of professionalism.
She says the tryout phase of the program was well received.
a couple of weeks ago, we held the tryout phase or the pre-clinics. We teamed up with the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association, the DABA, in which we had, quite a large turnout. I mean, the children are so enthusiastic about basketball and about sports in general. And we held these in Goodwill, Portsmouth, and also in Marigot, trying to give as many players as possible the opportunity to shine and to be a part of the clinics. So at the end, the DABA chose 60 players, 40 boys and 20 girls who will be a part of the Jumpstart clinics.
The Jumpstart Clinic will be held at the Massac Court and run from Friday to Sunday, where at the end 5 boys and 2 girls will be chosen to move on to the elite camp in the BVI set for October 7 to 9. There, they will have a chance to compete for the final phase, which is the NBA Experience Cardiff for New York, where they will get to tour an NBA arena and attend an NBA game. That's all the sporting highlights for now. I am Kenny Williams. We'll see you in the next one.
The weather report is next.
Good evening, Dominica, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. We begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery, what it showed some convection across the area during the afternoon. Now, taking a look at earlier visible satellite imagery and what it showed multi-layered clouds across the region with some thunderstorm cells embedded in the southeast of the island. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery and what it indicated, the associated scattered showers across the region during today, and also some thunderstorm activity were reported across the southeast of the island during this afternoon. Tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers and the possibility of some isolated thunderstorms. And tomorrow's weather is expected to be cloudy at first, becoming fair to partly cloudy with a few brief scattered showers. Sea conditions are expected to be slight to moderate in open water with waves peaking near 5 feet. For the next 3 days, a relatively dry atmosphere can be expected throughout the 3-day period with some light and variable winds. However, during the afternoon, a temporary increase in cloudiness and some scattered showers can be expected. For the rest of the Caribbean tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers can be expected across the central and northern portion of the region, with an increasing cloudiness with showers and possible isolated thunderstorms expected across the extreme southern portion of the region. Our international cities forecast: clear skies can be expected in New York, London, and Beijing, with showers and thunderstorms expected in Miami and Caracas. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:54 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:01 p.m. Please remember that we are in the hurricane season. For more information, you can call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing. Have a good night.
And a reminder of the headlines. Solid Waste Management Corporation contemplates merging your garbage collection fees with your utility bills. A projected increase in cruise visitor arrivals for 2016-2017 following a dip in international stayover visitors for the first half of this year. And police fitness in the spotlight with plans to grow the force to exceed 500 officers. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I'm Idona Jean Baptiste, and to all our viewers around the world, thanks for watching. Join us tomorrow.